Hello, my name is Joe Miller, the author for The Basics for Successful Deer Hunting. And today we're going to talk about what do we bring in the woods in our backpack. Okay. Why do we have a backpack? Why even carry one? Well, if you're like me, you got CRS. And, you know, you hate to get in the deer stand and say, oh, man, look what I forgot. It's not a good feeling, let me tell you. So you want to avoid that by putting everything in here before you even go out to the woods. Okay, now my book has The Basics for Successful Deer Hunting. I have a whole big list. I didn't bring it with me, but most of the stuff that I'm going to show you is on that list. Get the book, you'll be good to go. Okay, what's in here? You might get thirsty. Water. The good thing about this, you drink it, you got something to pee in. That's very important. You don't want to urinate around your deer stand. You know, you ever been in a city and you walk underneath the bridge? What do you smell? Ugh. So same thing with deer. Deer don't want to be around urine, smelly urine. So this is good. You got water to hydrate yourself, something to pee in. Next, bug spray. Look at this. Okay, this is Hunter's Earth Scent to keep away mosquitoes. That's good for bow hunting. You know, in regular deer season, it's cold. You don't need this, but bow, you'll be zzz, all in your ears, you know, and on you. You don't want that. So yeah, good stuff. Okay. And again, you can leave this one at the truck, but definitely spray yourself. Another scent. Aha, speaking of scents, look at this. Scent Away. I highly. Scent killer. Odorless. Yes, I highly recommend this product. You spray it all over yourself, all over your clothes. It kills the scent of the human scent and also on your clothes. And that's great. We can't smell ourselves, but others can. Deer can smell a long way away. That is their #1 defense against hunters. Smell. Okay? Then they got sight, then they got sound. Probably sound, then sight. So the big thing is, spray yourself. Again, you can leave that in the truck. What else we got? Here, this is called whitetail buck urine. This is a good cover scent. You try the doe and estrus and all that, doe pee, but you know, it's kind of hit and miss. Is the doe really in estrus or rut? With buck urine, just a little bit downwind from you, it's going to mask you. Bucks are curious when another buck's in the area. They'll come looking. But again, just a little bit. The big thing is, if you use this stuff, okay, get a new bag. Go ahead and pay $10. Get a new bag at Walmart. Maybe it's $15, $19, whatever. But believe it or not, this stuff, it'll smell your bag before you know it, and you don't want to go into hunting season with a smelly bag. Okay. Here we go. Binoculars. Okay, good to have binoculars when you hunt. You want to make sure your deer's legal. In Texas, Wilson County, this is restricted county, it's got to be 13-inch inside spread on the antlers or larger. So binoculars helps. Make sure it's legal. Laser rangefinder. These are great. This is by Simmons. Okay, easy to use. You just point, push down on this button. Okay, that tree is 12 yards from me. Pretty simple. Great for bow hunting. Very important. And we're going to show you in another video how we're going to use that for bow hunting. All right, deer calls. This is your grunt call for bucks. You also have a rattle. Okay, good to have. You can call them in. You also have a doe bleat. This is great. This makes the sound of a doe in estrus or rut. Good stuff. Okay, if you like calling them in. Personally, I like to just sit there and be quiet. Okay, if I feel like I'm invisible as far as smell, as far as sound, as far as sight, I feel like and I'm at the right place at the right time, I have a better chance, I believe, of getting that big buck. My past experience has been that. But if you like using that stuff, go for it. Compass. Got to have a compass, one way or the other. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on a wrist, on your watch, whatever. Get a compass. Don't want to get lost in the woods. Okay, GPS. Flashlight. Flashlights are important. You shoot a deer at dusk in the afternoon, you might have your light on your cap, but you know what? You need a flashlight, a bright white flashlight to track those blood spots to get that deer before the coyotes do, or the wild hogs. A little snack. Gotta have a little snack. Now, if you're bow hunting, you don't want to open this up because you are right on top of those deer, and they'll smell this. But if you're gun hunting, the wind's right, you get hungry, sure, you can take a bite. Okay. What else do we got here? Markers. These are good. Good to mark your trail. Okay, don't leave them up overnight though. All right. Mark your trail going in, mark your trail going out. You can mark where you think the deer are. If you do mark them really high up. Why? The deer are looking like this far. They're not looking up like this all the time. Okay? Like this. There you go. But if you put them high up, you can use these markers. Last, most importantly in here, toilet paper. Very, very important. There's a lot of poison oak, poison ivy. It's all around here. You think, oh, I'll just grab some leaves and wipe myself. Yeah, you don't want that stuff, and you know where. Toilet paper. Don't go in the woods without it. Now here in the small compartment, what do we have? We have cell phone. Okay? Got to have that smartphone, cell phone, whatever you want to call it. Got to have that. Put it on mute. Okay, vibrate only. Okay, in case of emergency. Plus, you can take a lot of pictures of deer you don't shoot. You know, it's really neat. You watch them walk around. 95% of the deer out here, we don't shoot. We like to watch them. Wallet. Don't leave it in the truck. Take it with you, but put it in your bag. You can't lose this out in the woods. Car keys. Very important in the woods. Put them in your bag. Okay, they're secure there. Don't put them in your pocket. Guess what? They might fall out. And then they're, oh my God, where are my car keys? You know? Knife. Got to have a sharp knife. Good sharp knife. Got this one in Baghdad. Let me tell you, it's sharp. ISIS knows about sharp knives. Unfortunately, they do. All right, what do we have here? Lights. These lights go on your brim of your hat. You can put them here, like so. There you go. And that way you can walk to and from your deer stand. As you can see, press on this. See the light there. You got one color. Got red here, or blue, green, whatever color you like. That protects you from seeing. It protects your eyes from seeing your night vision, the different colors. But again, for tracking a deer after you shoot it at night, you want the flashlight. Okay. And some hats, some orange hats actually do, like I have one from Bass Pro Shop that you can just press the button, it's in the bill, and the light comes on. That's really cool. Okay, we also have ammo. Here we go. Practice rounds. These are target rounds for your bow and arrow, if you're into shooting a bow and arrow. Okay, why do we have this? Well, on my arrow, which you know is in the truck, and that's on another video, I have 3 arrows. 2 of these are for deer. They have the sharp broadheads on them for killing deer. The other one, the middle one, which I use orange, harmless color, is for shooting your arrow. Why? Because if you're using a crossbow like I do, then you can't have it cocked back and then just leave it that way. If you don't see a deer, you got to fire it. If you're going to fire it, you cannot dry fire it. If you dry fire a crossbow without an arrow in there, it's going to break the bow. So we use a practice set. We use a regular arrow, a regular bolt, we call it. The arrow's a bolt in a crossbow. And we put on the target heads here. Okay? That way in the woods, you see a target, you shoot it, you're good to go. Now you can put the bolt back in your crossbow in the compartment that you carry it in, and you can shoot another day, you know, with a live arrow in there. All right. We also have ammunition for gun hunting. Yay. What do we have here? Oh, look, we got all kinds of bullets. Okay. All right, we've got 2 types of bullets here. I got the big, these are the big, and we'll make a little arrow here, area. These are my 30-06 bullets from my 30-06. Remember I talked about for my normal hunting, I'm going to use my 30-06. My wife got me. Now my other hunting is braining. I'm going to use that 243 with the synthetic stock. Here are these bullets. As you can see, these are for deer hunting. You can see the plastic tip on here. This one, this is for my target shooting, regular tip. This will kill a deer big time, okay? But if you like to shoot with a fancier bullet, say Nosler partition or the plastic or explosive, whatever, you know, here's one right here, okay? So one for shooting, target practice, one for hunting. Okay, and there you go. That's a pretty good list. Oh, if you like shotgun hunting, keep an extra shell in there. This is a shotgun shell. You can see the difference between that and a bullet, okay? Again, see the size of the bullets, how big this is, your 30-06 is compared to your 243. Okay, but look at the shotgun shell. This is a 2 3/4 inch shell. This is your standard double-aught buck shell. And the next video, Ron Cohn's my cameraman, a good friend, Army armor tanks officer. Okay, retired like me, but he is going to shoot this, and we're going to see the spread of this, how the shells in here spread. All right, so that's what we got in our pouch. Again, go out to the woods. You don't want to forget anything. So there are more things in here that go in here. You could read that in my book, The Basics for Successful Deer Hunting, but this is a pretty good list here. Again, you don't want to forget anything when you go to the woods. You don't want to lose anything, and you don't want to leave stuff in your truck for people to break in. So, my name is Joe Miller, the author for The Basics for Successful Deer Hunting. And let me put the toilet paper out here. Also, I put it back in here. But anyway, my name is Joe Miller, the author for The Basics for Successful Deer Hunting. Get my book. It's comprehensive. You'll like reading it. And if you're an experienced hunter, you want to get that big buck, or if you're just starting out to learn how to hunt, it's a great book. Because again, I want everybody to have a safe and successful hunt. God bless and good hunting.